Okay, hi everyone. So today's practical, um, the fourth topic is regarding the georeferencing. So we've covered this in the past lecture, and I hope that you understand that georeferencing is an important step in any GIS work, in any spatial analysis work, because a data layer without a coordinate, a real world coordinate, is meaningless, okay, when you want to do any spatial analysis or mapping. So usually data layers such as aerial photos and sometimes satellite images or scan maps um, could be used in ArcMap. But before you do any processing, such as digitizing or overlaying with other maps, you need to make sure that your data layer has a coordinate system, which means it is referenced to a coordinate system. For today's prac, okay, I've prepared just several layers here. If you open your ArcMap, make sure again, I've repeated this several times, that you need to connect to folder, browse to the folder that I've stored the practical dataset. So as you can see, I've prepared 3 data layers for you to use for today's prac. And the FSSA1 and FSSA2 basically are the same images, which are these images are a drone photo, aerial photo that was captured by my friend of FSSA. So the UMS2 is actually a georeferenced image from Google Earth. Okay, so what we're using today is just a general practice, and I think some of you will need to do georeferencing when you prepare your maps for your FYP. So again, let us recap. What does this symbol represent? If you find that in your folder that there is this symbol, it means that you have a raster, which means it's not a vector shape file, it's not point, line, or polygon, but it's a raster. The data layer is made up of pixels. So, and I hope you understand the difference between by now you should be able to differentiate between raster and vector data sets. So again, as we go on, you can also open your manual that I've prepared. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how easy it is actually to do georeferencing if you have enough information, which is the coordinates of your control points. There are 2 types of basic georeferencing. One is by adding XY coordinates. For example, you bring a GPS, you go to the field, and you collect control points. Okay, so you know that location in the map, okay, and you go to that location and you collect the coordinate. Okay, that's one way. The other common way is that I see that a lot of people are using this method, is that they go to Google Earth, identify the same location from Google Earth map, okay, and copy the coordinate and put it in ArcMap. Okay, so we are going to do that step, but I've shortened the steps for you as I have copied the coordinates and made it easy. So, alright, you can go through this. So the first task is open ArcMap, add the image FSSA1. Okay, let's go back. The easiest way to add an image, as you know that there are 2 ways. You can add it from here, the plus sign button, add data, or just click it from your folder, click it once, and drag it over. So my laptop is a bit slow, so bear with me. So here is the data layer, the aerial image captured from a drone of FSSA. Okay, so this pop-up window tells us that this image, this aerial photo, is missing a spatial reference. It is without a coordinate system, and you can't do any projections. Okay, so that's why we are doing the georeferencing. Okay, go back to your manual here. Okay, you will need to add the georeferencing toolbar to your ArcMap as follows. So where can we find the georeferencing toolbar? Okay, it's here. Okay, customize toolbars. Okay, and go to georeferencing. Okay, since mine is already here, okay, sometimes this georeferencing toolbar will be below here, whatnot. Place it wherever you want, you think is comfortable for you to find it later on. Okay, and on this side, there's a box here, drop down box. Okay, if you have several layers here, you have to make sure that you choose the correct layer. The correct layer that we put here, okay, is the layer that we want to georef. Okay, so in this instance, there's only one layer here, so there's no confusion. We will choose FSSA1. On the right, you see here, it's the add control points. This is an important tool, okay, as we will do this as we add on our control points. So what are control points? Control points are the locations in the image that we know the coordinate of. Okay, so as I said, you can collect it from GPS. Let's say you want to know the coordinate of the middle of the roundabout here. You go there and collect it using a GPS. But I've made it easy. I've copied all of these informations from Google Earth Map. Okay, let's return to our manual. Okay, so we have that already, georeferencing toolbar. You know this is the add control point button. This is the step that you need to read through. This is what we are going to do. We are going to add control points. Okay, we will insert the coordinates of the control points as seen in the image. So as you can see, there are 7 control points that I've collected, okay, from Google Earth, each with its description. And read here, since Google Earth Maps, okay, is using this particular coordinate system, make sure you set the data frame coordinate system to this GCS WGS 1984. How do you do this? Again, it's simple. Open data frame properties, coordinate system, find world, and locate WGS 1984. Okay, GCS means geographic coordinate system. So it will give us longitude and latitude values in decimal degrees. So longitude is X, latitude is Y. So let's change the coordinate system of our data frame. Again, easy, data frame properties, right click, okay, layers, there's no coordinate system here, unknown, okay, so we can't use this. So we can click here, geographic, click world, okay, 1984. Okay, apply. Okay, so our data frame property is now set to WGS, but it doesn't mean that our image now has a coordinate system. We haven't georeferenced it yet. So go back to the manual. Okay, so where is control point number 1? So it's here in the middle of the roundabout. Go back to your map. Okay, so it's here, but I can't see it clearly. I want to really find the middle of the roundabout. Use this tool, the plus sign tool. Draw a square. Okay, so this is the tool where we add control points. So this is going to be a bit tricky, so please listen and watch carefully. Click on it once to activate the tool. Find the center of the roundabout. So I think this is the center. Okay, from my view, click it once on the left of your mouse. Okay, and you can see that there's a tiny number 1 in light green color there. Okay, which means we are registering this point is a control point. Do not click anywhere else, but right click once and select input X and Y. Okay, so this is where we need to enter the coordinates. Since I've given you the coordinates here, all you have to do is just copy it. Okay, so this is the X. Go back to your arc map, paste it. Okay, repeat it for Y. Paste it. Hold on. Copy. Let me see. Paste it. Okay, click OK. And then you still have the Add Control Point tool activated. Okay, so that you don't make any mistakes. Click this particular tool. And you see that your image is missing. So what can I do? Don't panic. Go back to your layer here. Remember, do not panic. Always just right click on your layer. Okay. So it's a bit stuck now. Zoom to layer. Okay. So here's ground control point, the control point number 1. So we need to repeat the process for the rest of the 7 control points. And if you see in your notes that the control points are evenly spread throughout your image, this is a good practice. Your control points should be spread across the image. So you should find features that can be identified and that has coordinates from you collected from wherever source, or whether it's from your own ground truthing, you go to the field, or you collect it from Google Earth. Make sure you can identify the features in your map and spread it out evenly. Some students just collect it around here. This doesn't represent the whole image. Okay, so your image will be distorted because the other areas here are not georeferenced properly. Okay, so this is a good example where we have an even spread of control points. So second point is on top of the image here. What is the second point? End of white line on the road. So let me copy. So where is the white line on top of the road? It's here. Again, I can't see it. Let's enlarge the image. Okay, it's here. And this one. Click once on the left. Click once on your right of your mouse. Input X and Y. Easy. Just copy and paste. Copy. Paste. Another one. Copy. Paste. Click OK. Again, your image seems to be missing. Again, zoom to layer, easy. And you can see now the image is following the actual coordinates starting to. That's why it's tilted, as such. Don't worry, continue with your third point. Let's go back to our manual. Third point, corner of roadside. It's number 3 here. So I'm going to copy here. Number 3. Okay. So it's, again, I can't see it. Okay, corner of the road. So it's here. Left click once, right click once, input. Click OK. Okay, and then zoom to layer. Okay, so you already have 3 control points. Let's move to the 4th one. Middle of roundabout. Where's that? This corner here. So number 4, again, middle of roundabout. Go back to your arc map. Use this tool. I want to zoom in here. Add control point. I think this is the middle. Left click once, right click once. Input X and Y. There you go. And then copy the next one. Done for the 4th coordinate. Fourth control point. Now you see, let me change my tool. There's blue line between the red and the green. Okay, this is the location that we selected, and this is the location that we input the coordinate. But the red one is the projection, okay, that ArcMap did for the whole entire image, which means there's a difference in this distance from the actual point and to the location where ArcMap is projecting the image. Okay, so let's go back and insert all. There's 3 more control points for our exercise. The pointy part of the roof, here, number 5 here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy. So where's that? It's here. Okay, so there's a pointy part, okay, of the roof. Left click once, right click once, input, paste. Again, copy this one, paste, click OK. So you see, this is what we entered. Okay, this is where ArcMap is guessing the actual location of that pointy roof is. Okay, right click, zoom to layer. So we have 2 more control points. End of white line on the road. Where is that? Number 6 is here. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy the X. So let me zoom in. It's here, right? So this is the 6th control point. Okay, right click, input, paste. Go back to your data set, copy for Y, paste, click OK. So this is what we've input. This is what ArcMap is projecting. So there's a difference here. And let's zoom to layer. We have 6. Let's input the last one that we have. Where's number 7? It's here. Okay. Again, the pointy part of the roof for over here. Copy. Find the roof. Okay, it's here. Use this. Add control point. Left click once, right click once, input X and Y, paste your information, copy and paste. So, alright, zoom back to layer and you see that, I'm going to change this one so that I don't mess up. So you see that I've already have all the 7 control points that I have. The more control points you have, evenly spread across the image, the better. Minimum is 4. Okay, 4 control points to georef an image. For instance, you have 1 at the corner here, top left corner, 1 at the bottom, 1 on the right hand corner, 1 at the bottom. Minimum 4. But to be more accurate, okay, to make your map spatially referenced to a more accurate location, coordinate, okay, it's better to have more. You can't do it with 1, you can't do it with 2, 3 is not accurate, minimum is 4, the more the better, evenly spread out. So basically when you've done this, okay, there's a link table here, view link table here. So in this exercise, in your practical, I will not consider the residuals. The residual is actually the difference between your coordinate position, your point coordinate position of your control point, and what ArcMap is guessing. Okay, the larger the residual, okay, it means the larger the error of your image. Okay, so since this is in decimal degrees, you are not able to see the error in distance. Okay, you have to calculate it. You have to calculate it into degrees first before you get the distance. This is just an exercise. So let's say you have 7 control points and you find that number 1 has the largest residual. What you can remove that point. Okay, let's say you have 100 control points and you find that 10 of it has large residual error compared to the rest of the points. You can remove it. What you do is click on that point and right click and press delete from your computer. Okay, so easy as that. So this is the root mean square error of your map, okay, which is calculated by summing up all of your errors of your points, okay. So we will see one later, an example of a map that is projected into projected coordinate system, so we can see the actual difference in meters, okay. For now, it's just suffice enough for you all to understand that this is the error of your map, these are the errors of your control points, and we do not want large errors when we do georeferencing. So let's say if you made a mistake, let's say activate your what you call it tool here, add control point tool, and let's say you misclicked here once, okay. Oh, and you say, oh, this is not the point that I want. So what can you do? Right click, okay, you can cancel point. The other way, again, from the link table, you can just click on that point and press delete, okay. And if you think you need to insert 100 control points and you want to take a break, make sure you save your table so that you can continue if your ArcMap crashes or you close your ArcMap down, okay. For now, I'm not gonna save anything, it's just a practice. So what is the next step after this is that we need to rectify it, okay. So we've set this, okay, we've done the add control points, input X and Y, okay. Okay, we've seen the view link table, okay. Now we will press rectify option, okay. So once you've closed the table, choose the rectify option from the georeferencing menu. This will make the changes permanent by creating a new data layer that incorporates all your control points, information of your control points. In the box that appears, change the resample type to bilinear interpolation and choose to save the new data layer to a practical 4 folder type FSSA Georef and choose TIFF as a format. So usually most common format for raster layers that we use in terms of aerial images and satellite images are TIFF and JPEG. Click on save, okay. So resample type bilinear interpolation. Go back, okay. Let's see georeferencing. Click on hold on, transformation, okay. Okay, rectify, okay. Click here, resample type bilinear interpolation. Output location, browse to the folder of Prac 4. So I'm gonna browse here, practical 4, and alright, referencing, rectify. Okay, what we're gonna do is change this one to bilinear interpolation. Okay, choose the folder where you're gonna save it. So it's Prac 4. Add, give it a name. Okay, format tip, compress, okay, click save. So this is the progress of the rectification. So again, I repeat, do not do the geodatabase step. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. That's another process in my mind. So for now, your new layer should appear here. Right click and refresh. So we have the new layer FSSA Georef TIFF. Okay, but you see the control points are still here. What you need to do is go to customize toolbars, uncheck georeferencing, and remove this layer. Okay, so some students may ask, I don't have the georeferencing toolbar. Again, go back here, toolbars. You will have the georeferencing toolbar once you click on this one. Okay, so now remove all the layers. Let's drag or bring in the FSSA Georef new layer that you've done. Okay, so this is an image that has been georef. You can do further spatial analysis with this. You can do heads-up digitizing, and your vectors that you created will have a coordinate system after this. Okay, so now if you want to find, if you want to identify what is this coordinate for, let's say here, okay, it will give you the coordinate based on your georeferencing. Hold on, here, location in decimal degrees. Okay, if you did not do this georeferencing process, it won't give you information on location. Okay, so we've done the first part. I hope you all can finish this one, and I'll do a second video on how to do georeferencing by using what you call it, a map, another map or another image that already has a coordinate system, that has a spatial reference. Okay, so do this step first, and then we continue with video number 2.